evening, everyone, and welcome to this month's hearing of the Tuscaloosa Historic Preservation Commission. My name is Kathy Pagani. I chair the commission. Today's date is May 8th, 2024, and the time is 5:00 p.m. I would like to invite my fellow commission members to introduce themselves to you, beginning on my right, please.
Mary Harmon Young.
Joseph Cox.
William Edwards.
Jordan Morris. Matt McCool.
Sally Davis.
Thank you. And joining us from city staff this evening, we have Mr. Chad Hobbs, Associate City Attorney, Mr. Hudson Cheshire, Associate City Attorney, Ms. Emily Hayes, the Associate Director of Planning, Mr. Jonathan Bowen, Neighborhood Resources Coordinator, and we have Mr. Kevin Jones providing audiovisual support for us this evening. Before we hear our cases for this evening, I'd like to go over the general purpose and the procedures for tonight's hearing. The general purpose of the Tuscaloosa Historic Preservation Commission is that we serve to preserve and protect buildings and sites and structures of historic significance and interest in Tuscaloosa's historic neighborhoods. We are governed by Chapter 20, Article 2 of the Code of Tuscaloosa, which includes design guidelines that are posted on the city's website. Our decisions are based on these design guidelines and do not consider use or occupancy. We do consider such factors as architectural style, appropriateness of materials, and how the structure relates to other structures in the immediate neighborhood in determining the appropriateness of the application. Any approval of an application requires 5 affirmative votes. If the certificate is approved, there will be a final inspection by city staff of these approved applications to ensure compliance with what was approved by the commission. So the procedure for this evening, this is a public hearing. It is televised live on local cable, streamed online through Facebook, and is being recorded to be posted on the city's website. We ask proper decorum, civility, and respect for others at all times. Prior to this meeting, notice was sent to adjacent property owners, and the public has been notified of the applications to be presented tonight. This hearing is a chance for the applicant to present his or her case, for the public to make their views known about the project, and for commission members to gather relevant facts about the application before making its decision. City staff will introduce the application. The applicant will have a chance to make any comments. The commissioners will then have the opportunity to ask the applicant questions about the case. I will then open the hearing for public comment. At the close of public comment, the commission will then discuss the matter and vote on the application. Any person wishing to speak on behalf of another person, group, or entity shall provide written authorization to the chairperson from that person, group, or entity being represented. Immediate family members, and we consider that as a spouse, a parent, or a child, do not have to provide such written authorization when speaking on behalf of another immediate family member. And we ask that you leave signs in your yard. City staff will be around in the next couple of days to pick them up. All right, commission members, you've had a chance to review tonight's agenda items. Do any of you have a conflict of interest as defined by Section 6 of the Commission bylaws with any of these items? Hearing none, we should move forward. I'd like to ask city staff if proper notification has been provided for each of the agenda items.
It has.
Thank you very much. And we are now ready to move ahead with our first application. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commission. The first order of business is for cases to be withdrawn. HPC 1524 was withdrawn by staff. The owners, petitioners reached out and told us that they would like to begin the work that they were approved for last month and then come back with a plan for the portion that was continued from the previous month. So you will be seeing them next month. Moving on to cases to be continued, we do have the petitioner's representative in person. This is for HPC 2224.
Thank you. I'd like to invite the applicant or the applicant's representative to step forward. And could we have your name and address, please?
Chairman, members of the commission, Al Cabinet, Cabinets Engineering, representing Hampton Callahan. We're trying to come up with a design for a carport, hopefully a covered walkway to reach the house. We're still struggling with a 35% ground coverage, so we need a little bit more time to get that worked out. So we're asking you to please continue for us.
Thank you. And so you agree then to have that continuance?
Yeah, we'll
right.
whatever we're going to have, we'll have next month.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, commission members, I need a motion
So moved to continue.
and I need a second. Thank you. So the motion is to continue application HPC 2224. We shall vote, beginning on my left, please.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Cabanis, your application has been approved to be continued, and we will see you at the next hearing. Thank you.
Now we'll move into cases to be heard. First case is HPC 1924. Jim and Susan Waltman petition for a certificate of appropriateness for material change to windows on the primary structure at 3 College Park in the College Park Historic District, Council District 4. Here we have an aerial view of the property as well as its location. This is a view of the primary structure from the street. And here we have those adjacent eastern and southern properties. So the proposal before you is to replace existing wood window sashes with aluminum-clad wood window sashes. The replacement windows, they are going to match the same style, size, and color of the existing windows. So again, here we have a view of the primary structure and then a few close-up images of the windows to be replaced. Materials are for aluminum-clad wood, and here we have those material spec sheets. And then next are the applicable design guidelines. We did receive one comment in support of the application, and we do have the petitioner here in person.
Thank you. Any questions for city staff? Thank you, Mr. Bowen. Let me invite the applicant or the applicant's representative to step forward, please, and state your name and address for the record.
Hi, yes, my name is Jim Waltman, and I reside at 3 College Park, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 35401.
Thank you for coming this evening. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about your application?
The main reason for replacement of the windows is the fact they're all painted shot. They're in bedrooms. A couple of them are deteriorating. The squirrels are having their way with a few of them, and they're not energy efficient as well. But the main is the safety.
Do we have any questions for Mr. Waltman? All right. Well, thank you so much. If
Thank you.
Could have a seat.
Thank you.
So we've had one submitted comment in support of the application. Is there anyone here to speak in support of or opposition to this application? I will close the floor to public comment and then open the floor to discussion and motion by commission members.
This is a textbook example of a case that we would approve related to window replacement.
The grids are the same.
Yes. All right, so hearing no further discussion, we have a standing motion to approve HPC 1924, Jim and Susan Waltman petition for a certificate of appropriateness for material change to the windows on the primary structure located at 3 College Park in the College Park Historic District, Council District 4. We shall vote. Let's begin on my right, please.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Waltman, your application has been approved. Good luck with your project. And should anything change, talk to city staff before you proceed. Thank you.
Next case is HPC 2024. Mark Poseen petitions for a certificate of appropriateness for material change to windows on the primary structure at 1616 Alaka Place in the Druid City Historic District, Council District 4. So here we have the aerial view of the property as well as its location. And this is a view of that primary structure. Moving on to the adjacent eastern, southern, and western properties. So this proposal is quite similar to the application before you. Replace existing wood window sashes with aluminum-clad wood window sashes. So you can see the replacement windows will match the same style, size, and color of the existing windows. So it's a direct like for like with the exception of the material change. Again, here we have the view of the primary structure and then a view of all the windows to be replaced. So they are numbered. And we'll just move around the primary structure showing all those windows to be replaced. Materials are for aluminum clad wood. Here we have those material spec sheets. And the applicable design guidelines. We did not receive any public comment for this application, and we do have the representative here in person.
Thank you. Any questions for city staff?
Yeah, just confirming, I know it's the same style, but same light pattern everywhere.
Same light pattern, direct match besides the material for the window.
Thank you. May I invite the applicant or the applicant's representative to step forward? And please state your name and address for the record.
Mark Pacine, representing Estes Smith at 1616 Alec Place.
Is there anything else you'd like the commission members to know?
No.
Are there any questions for Mr. Pacine? Well, thank you for stepping up.
Thank you.
And have a seat, please. Is there anyone here to speak in support of or opposition to the application? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close the floor to public comment and open the floor to discussion by commission members, similar to what we've just seen, in material matching everything, replacing the sashes, keeping a similar light pattern. Hearing no discussion, we shall move forward. We have a standing motion to approve HPC 2024 Mark Pacine petitions for a certificate of appropriateness for a material change to the windows on the primary structure located at 1616 Alaka Place in the Druid City Historic District, Council District 4. Voting, beginning on my left, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Pacine, your application has been approved. Should anything change, talk to city staff. There will be a final inspection at the end. And thank you for coming tonight.
All right, we'll move to our last case of the night. HPC 2124 Weaver Rentals LLC petitions for a certificate of appropriateness for exterior alterations to an existing porch and to install windows on the primary structure at 1413 Paul W. Bryant Drive in the Myrtlewood Historic District, Council District 4. So here we have the aerial view of the property as well as its location. And this is a view of the primary structure from the street. Here we have that adjacent western property. Moving into the proposal, the main request is to remove and replace an existing metal roof that will be replaced with the metal roof. They just want to take it down and replace it. They would also like to replace existing ironwork frame with wood columns and hardyboard trim. All the wood windows on the primary structure will be replaced. They will be wood and cellular PVC window sashes. And they would also like to install a few new windows on the east and west elevation. We do have those elevations, and we'll take a look at those in the next few slides. So again, here we have a view of the primary structure as viewed from the street. And this is a close-up view of the porch, and we'll see the proposed drawings in a few slides. We just wanted to provide a couple of angles of the existing porch, the metal roof, those iron rails that you see here. And this is just the opposite side of that porch. Here we have just a closer up image of the existing windows to show the current material, current condition. And now we'll move into those elevations. So on the top part of your screen, you will see the existing. On the bottom, you will see the proposed. So we'll start with the north elevation. Just noting all the windows and doors will be replaced. Calling your attention to the porch over here, you can see the metal roof will be maintained. They're going to place a hardyboard piece of trim around the roof and then replace those metal rails with a wood column surrounded by hardyboard material. Another thing to call out, you can see here and here, essentially the wall that's located there is just going to be shortened Instead of it being a block wall, it'll match the house material, the stucco material. Moving on to the south elevation, the windows, they're going to be replaced, and this is just the southern portion of the porch, notating all those changes we just discussed. We'll move on to the existing and proposed east elevation. So again, you can see the porch, the proposed porch located here as viewed from the eastern portion of the property. A couple things we did want to call out here is you have different window sizes. And I'll let the applicant explain the rationale behind that, but essentially all the windows are going to be replaced. These two will just be sized a little bit differently. And then we'll move on to the proposed and existing west portion. The main change here, you have an existing window in the proposed, remove that one window and replace it with two. All right, we'll move on to those materials in the spec sheet. So wood frame walls, that hardy board siding, windows will be aluminum clad, windows will be at cellular PVC. That is a typo, with a metal roof. And here we have those material spec sheets and the applicable design guidelines. We did receive one comment in support of this application, and we do have the representative here in person.
Can we go back to the spec sheet that shows there it is. Thank you. Are there any other questions for staff?
Do we know anything about when that back porch was put on, whether it's original, any of that?
We didn't have any of that information. So this property is not listed in the Myrtlewood Historic District. It is in the historic district for Myrtlewood. There was no information provided about the historic nature of the property. We didn't have any previous HPC cases about any alterations or when that might be built.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Bowen. Let me invite the applicant or the applicant's representative to come up to the podium and please state your name and your address.
Good evening. I'm Leah Alexander with Alexander Architecture. My address is 5520 10th Court East in Northport, Alabama. Jonathan did a great job of explaining everything. A few things that I can try to clear up. The windows are wood windows with cellular PVC, brick mold, and sills. So to clarify that. As far as the home, the rear section was an addition. If we can go back maybe to A202, that's the next one. Okay. If you notice the back roof structure, the gable where it cuts off, there is a very low slope pitch, and the home transitions from stucco to concrete block. So the back section, that's what's existing, it's CMU. So that whole section was an addition, and the ceiling inside the home drops at that point. So we know that was an addition, that it wasn't part of the original home. So I'm almost fairly confident that that whole porch was part of the addition as well. And then I think the comment was made regarding the size of the windows that we are proposing to change, and that is also on the bottom to A202 right there. Thank you. And the reason we're requesting to change those is we are modifying the interior of the home, and that is the location that we would like to locate a long run of cabinets in the kitchen, so that we'd like to raise those windows so that we can locate the base cabinets underneath there. Are there any other questions?
Are there any other questions? You anticipated all of my questions, so thank you very much
Okay.
for that. Yes, that was well done. Although with the windows, we do have internal and external muntins.
Yes, they do.
Okay,
And they have the bar within their,
thank you.
yeah, okay. Simulated divided light.
Thank you for that. It appears we have no further questions right now.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We have received one submitted comment in support of the application. Is there anyone here to speak in support of or opposition to the application? All right, let me close the floor then to public comment and open up discussion by commission members.
The modification to the windows, there is no very strong regular pattern to them. The sill height is the same as the adjacent windows to the south, really kind of trading off that versus the ones to the north. So I take no issue with that reconfiguration. Additionally, the porch area is in, there's no possible way that it's in any way consistent with the structure as it was originally constructed. So what's going back is far closer to the style of the primary portion of the structure as originally constructed, in my opinion.
I would agree. I would agree.
Yeah, I think just to follow up on that and distinguish this case from any similar case that might come before us is, obviously changing a window size is something pretty serious. This is not on the facade. The house isn't even listed in the Myrtle Wood. And it doesn't really change, to me, the overall appearance of that side, and there's been a reasonable justification to raise the bottom windowsill a little bit, so to me, that's okay. The ornate, or the ironwork on the back, if it was original, I think might pose a problem, but I think it's pretty clearly not.
Hearing no further discussion by commission members, am I correct in reading that? We have a standing motion to approve HPC 2124, Weaver Rentals LLC, petitions for a certificate of appropriateness for exterior alterations to an existing porch and to install windows on the primary structure located at 1413 Paul W. Bryant Drive in the Myrtlewood Historic District, Council District 4. We shall vote, beginning on my right, please.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
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 Ms. Alexander, Mr. Weaver, your application has been approved this evening. Should anything change, please let city staff know. Good luck with your project.
All right, the only other order of business is staff has approved 6 expedited reviews since the previous HPC meeting.
And one final item. Tonight is Mr. Edwards' last time with us on the Historic Preservation Commission. I just want to thank him so much for all of the assistance and input and insight that he's provided on his time on this commission. So thank you very much. We all have really appreciated it. And good luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
And with that, this hearing is thereby adjourned.